Hi friends, it's Miss Tina and I'm back with another video. Welcome back to Friday, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to all of my new subscribers, guys. I'm so glad to be with you once again. Welcome. I have a great story for you guys today. As usual, this one I think you'll like. The pictures are really great and I am so excited to get into today's story. But if you have not yet subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that little bell for notifications. We don't want you to miss any of the stories that I have. They're so great. We're all loving them, and I'm loving sharing these with you. Without further ado, are you tucked in? Good. I'm tucked in too. Today's story is called My Very Favorite Book in the Whole Wide World. Do we have very favorite books in the whole wide world? I think so. Some books will be our favorite for a long time, and sometimes we get new favorites. But this is his very favorite book in the whole wide world. It's written by Malcolm Mitchell and it's illustrated by Michael Robertson. Let's get into it. Pages are sticking together. Hi, I'm Henley, and this is a story about finding my very favorite book in the whole wide world. But it wasn't as easy as it sounds. Reading can be hard, you know. Once upon a time, everyone thought I hated to read, but that's just not true. That's Henley. In some books, the words were too big, the sentences were too long, and there were way too many pages. It took forever and ever, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Look at that. He's trying to read all of that. So long, right? I don't like long stories. In other books, the pictures have zero to do with the cool things I like or with what's inside me. I do try, but some books are so giant, if I stood on them, I would turn into a giant. Other books are so boring, I'd rather use them as pillows. We don't like boring books, right? This is not a boring book. When I'm supposed to be reading homework, I'd rather play football in the backyard. When I'm asked to read the cookbook to help make dinner, I would rather see how many grapes I can fit into my mouth. Once I took a wagon full of books to the town swimming pool to find out how good they could swim. He put the books in the pool. Oh no. Can books swim? No, books can't swim. When I tried to read books about dinosaurs, they made my brain hurt, so I gave the books back to the dinosaurs. I've tried reading books about mountains, pickles, aliens, monsters, cats chasing mice, and mice chasing cats. I even found a book about cats chasing mice up a mountain while aliens eat pickles with monsters. But none of those made reading easier or more fun. But that all changed when Mrs. Joy gave the worst homework assignment ever. Find your very favorite book in the whole wide world and bring it to school tomorrow. It can be a book about anything. Just make sure you love it because you'll be sharing it with the class. The school bell sounded like 100 horns blowing in my ear. Thinking about that yucky homework assignment gave me a super headache and made my hands sweaty. On the way home from school, I stopped by the mighty library, hoping to find any book that could be my very favorite. My friends went into the library ahead of me. When it comes to finding books, I'm not so fast. Inside, there was a nice man sitting behind a jumbo sized desk. I asked him if he could help me find my very favorite book in the whole wide world. You know what this man is called? When you go to the library and you ask for help, what is he called? Did you say librarian? You were right. You're pretty smart, huh? He showed me books about science and adventure and squishy animals. He flipped through the pages of books about flags, farms, and holidays. He found plenty of books with twisty big word sentences as long as my legs and pictures that tangled the pages. It gave me the heebie jeebies. When I saw my friends in the middle of the library having fun and reading, I felt more lost than ever. The next place I tried was Mrs. Rackley's bookshop. Maybe she could help me find my favorite book. Mrs. Rackley did what she does best. She brought piles and piles of books. I looked and looked and looked, but I couldn't call any of them my very favorite book in the whole wide world. All those pages and all those words made my eyes tired. I realized it was going to take a book miracle to find my favorite book. I grew a sad face and stumped all the way home. He's not very happy, is he? Poor Henley. I hope he finds his very favorite book in the whole world. You think he will? Let's find out. Mama was unloading the dryer and she could tell I was having a crummy day. I told her all about the worst ever homework assignment. The librarian and Mrs. Rackley tried their best to help me find a book, but it was no use. I'll never find my very favorite book in the whole wide world. With a voice as warm as rolls from an oven, Mama said, Henley, sometimes the best stories can be found inside ourselves. After a sweet kiss on the forehead, Mama's words lit up inside of me. That's when I had a brilliant idea. What do you think that is? I don't know. You could be right. Let's find out together. The next morning, I could hardly wait for my turn to share my favorite book in the whole wide world. Oh, he found it, huh? I can't wait to see what he has either. I'm so excited. I stood proud as all the eyes in the reading circle stared at me. Everyone thinks I hate to read, but that's not true. Yes, some words are too big and some sentences are too long, but that's not my biggest challenge. Before today, I just hadn't found a book I wanted to read. I hadn't found the words or pictures or pages or sentences or subjects that showed me. So last night I wrote a book. It's called My Very Favorite Book in the Whole Wide World. It's about a big, fat, bumpy journey to finding the perfect book. My book has words and pictures and pages that show me, and that show you me. So it shows him about himself and it shows them about him. That's pretty cool. When I started reading my book out loud for everyone to hear, I struggled. but soon my words began to flow. The pictures I drew danced off the pages. Everyone can have a very favorite book in the whole wide world, even if they have to write it. When I was done telling my story, all my classmates clapped and cheered. My teacher gave me a gold star on my homework, and that's the truth. See this gold star? I love this book. I think it's my very favorite book in the whole wide world. What about you? Maybe, maybe not. Might not be your favorite. This book was borrowed from my friends Jemiah and Davita. Thank you, Jemiah and Davita, for letting me borrow your book. And I hope you guys all enjoyed this book just as much as I did. I will see you guys next week. Bye, friends.